Hi everyone, today I want to show how to make this little votive holder. And the votive holder was shown briefly in a video where I was talking about a card that I made, which is this one. And when I did a video about this card, I kind of showed the votive as a companion piece, but I get a lot of questions on how to make this little votive holder. It's kind of bright in my room right now, so you can't see what happens, but you put in a little votive candle and it glows nicely through the floral piece here. And it's really simple. I made a few different versions and I showed them on the other video, and like I said, I got a lot of questions on it, so I thought I would really quickly make a video for just the votive. And if you want to see how the card was done, you can look back at that. It's a video called Several Ways to Use Botanical Bliss, I think is what it's called. Anyway, so the votive holder. Now for the votive holder, I just picked a stamp. I think you can use any as a nice little background. And you're going to use the dies. Now these dies, I'm going to show you quickly how they work. They only cut the top half of the cardstock that you're using. So that's how you can get this interesting flower on top, but the straight cardstock on the bottom. And it's kind of interesting, and it's called Botanical Bliss, and the tags, or the dies, are called Botanical Tags because you're intended to then have the cardstock go straight down and it's a tag. And I was looking for different ways to use it. But the collection also gives you this little piece here which acts together with this die. So you can cut out the pretty flower and leaves and not use it as a tag. So I thought that was really clever of Stampin' Up! To give you those two options of using it as a attached piece or an unattached piece with the optional bottom pieces. And that's the same with this one here. You can use it attached to the cardstock, as I did here. I've got it going up above, or cut out, and or you can use it unattached like I did on the flowers. So anyway, see, this is all one piece of cardstock all the way up, and I just cut a second one in a bright color to put on front. So it's a really fun die collection, and I think the votive holder is super cute, and you can put several of them as little votives in a nice low lit atmosphere for maybe a bridal shower, or you can put it in your room. It looks really nice glowing. So let's make that really quick. The votive holder uses two pieces of cardstock. You've got vellum cardstock for the kind of see-through area, and you've got regular cardstock for the bottom. And I'm out of seafoam, so I'm going to use mint macaron for this one, and I need to order another pack of seafoam. I only have little bits and pieces left. I guess I didn't know I'd use it as much as I did. It's really a really pretty color. Anyway, okay, so these are both cut 8 1/2, and then the votive slip here is just 4 1/4, and this is, I believe it's 4 1/4, but a lot each are 4 1/2. Let me double check. It is 5 1/2, but it's going to get cut down, so that's probably why I was thinking of it. You're going to score it at 1 inch all the way across the bottom. So this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So basically it's a piece of cardstock cut in half, the long along the short end actually. Now what you need to do is put a 1 inch score line across the long way, and then turn it, and then you're going to do score lines at every 2 inches. So 2, 4, 6, and 8, which leaves you with a little 1/2 inch piece at the end, and that's going to be our flap that we're going to use to attach and wrap it around. So this is where the adhesive is going to go. And I wanted to put a little bit of stamping on here, so I did some tone-on-tone stamping. So I've got mint macaron ink, and I've chosen this little, there's a little floral, and I'm only going to do it on the bottom half. I want the top half to remain pretty clear because it's going to be where the flower is, and too many different patterns up there might get distracting. So I'm just going to across the bottom add these vines, kind of alternating my stamp so that I've got them going in different directions. I think that's enough. And now I need to grab the die. And what you're going to do is you're going to simply place the die in between the score lines, and you're going to cut it, and then you're going to do the same thing all the way across. And you can make it as tall or as short as you want. So I'm going to do that. What you're going to just simply do to keep it in place, if you need to, you can use a little piece of washi tape. It has to go this way. And oops, I do need that. A little piece of washi tape or a post-it note to kind of hold it nicely on that score line. You want it nice and straight. And you're going to run it through your die cutting machine, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll do all of them. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the first one. And you want to carefully remove it from the die. And then you're just going to move it over. So see how it doesn't cut all the way down? It's going to be just left hanging here. So then this one, you're going to line it up. You're going to match those two pieces and cut it again, and then you're just going to kind of continue doing that all down the line here. Alright, once you've gotten all the way across, you're going to want to snip it at the very end here and get rid of this excess. So now you've got this pretty lacy part across the top. And you also need to snip along the lines. Now I like to make a small little V when I do it. And this one goes off. This little tiny one at the end goes away. So you've just got this tab for when you wrap it around. Okay, now your vellum piece is pretty simple. It's pretty much the same thing, only without having to cut out. But I want to give you a little tip. Because you've scored these at every 2 inches, if you did the same thing at this one, it would be really tight and it would be hard to slip in and out. So when you're going and scoring, go ahead and just look at the 2 and just scoot it just a hair over, so it's just not quite 2. And then, so because I did that, rather than go all the way to the 4, it's vellum, so you can kind of see through, plus I've got numbers on my cutter on both sides of this little bar here, so if you have that, you can see too. Instead of using the 4, I'm going to look at that 2 and just scoot it a hair, and that's just going to make slipping it in and out of the base that much easier. So I'm going to move this one down to the 2, and then scoot it. And so you've not quite a 2, and I guess you can come up with exact measurements for that if you want, 7/8 or something. There we go. And then now you've got this little flap, and you can decide if you want to make that thinner or not by chopping off a little bit. I like to have it exactly the width of my tear tape. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so I've got my sleeve, and all you need to do here is go ahead and fold on those score lines. And then add some adhesive right at the edge. I lost my tear tape. Here it is. You're also going to want to add a little bit to this tab. My sleeve, and here's my base. And line those up, and then I'm just going to fold these down. You can just slip your vellum sleeve straight down into your votive holder. And again, you can cut this high or as low as you want. And then I just tied it with some pretty ribbon. I've got this really pretty mint macaron. It's got a slight shine to it. It's called textile ribbon, but it's got a slight shimmer and shine, so I really like it. I'm going to put that around the base, or if you want to go with a contrasting color, that would be great too. Summertime. I've got little girls in the house. They're giggling in the next room. I hate to tell them to be quiet because they're having such a fun time, so I'm going to let it go. So if you hear giggling in the next room, it's a bunch of little 10-year-olds. So you can play with your bow and make it as big or as little as you want. And there is my little votive holder. So I hope that you like it. I'm going to go ahead and post this, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I wish I could show you how pretty it glows with the tea light in there. Obviously, I wouldn't want you to use a real flame because it's cardstock and it'll catch on fire. So a nice little battery-operated tea light would be best. So check out my other card making video on how to use this die in this fashion, and that's also up on YouTube. So thank you for watching. I hope this answers all your votive questions. Bye!